When my parents got married, my grandmother, my father's side, moved in with my parents. So I grew up with my grandmother, which was great. But to my mother, it was a different story. My mother and my grandmother had very different personalities, and I remember they got into fight, disagreement. But toward the end of my grandma's life, my parents decided to take care of her at home instead of sending her to hospital or care home. I was already away. I was living in Canada, going to school there. So I couldn't really help much. But my mother was a main caretaker of my grandmother. I didn't know that it was a lot of work. And toward the end, my mom got physically and mentally very tired. But this is what I heard from my mother. My grandmother, because she was such an independent person, she had a hard time to accept help from my mom. And she often said to my mom, "Oh, I'm sorry for bothering you. I'm sorry for asking you. I'm sorry for doing this and that for me." So my mom said, "I don't want to hear I'm sorry. I want to hear thank you instead. Thank you is a better word." So my grandma started saying thank you to my mom. "Oh, thank you for helping me. Thank you for feeding me. Thank you for changing me." And my mom said that really changed the way they feel about each other. And very close to my grandmother's life, one day she wanted to talk to my mom. She wanted to thank my mom for everything my mom had done to my grandma, but also wanted to say that she had appreciated her son chose her as a wife. And it's a wonderful things my mom did to the family and her. But also, if there is such thing as next life, she wanted to be with my mom and protect her and be on my mom's side. So that's something my mom didn't expect to hear from my grandma, because they had a fight. They were so different. But 20 plus years of struggle or disagreement they had, my mom said that day, that moment just melted everything, just changed everything. And 20 plus years, one day it's possible to change. Because my grandma wanted to share what she really wanted to share with my mom from her heart. And I think that really meant to my mom, but also my grandma really wanted to say that. So that after that day, my grandma almost became my mom's baby. Started calling my mom Mommy instead of my mom's name. And my mother said that everything was so beautiful toward the end. It was so beautiful that there's no regret. So if there's somebody you need to say something, say it. And when you say it from your heart. Don't try to pretend. Don't try to come up with excuses, but just true to yourself. And if it means to you, it means to the person too. And I think that changes everything.